Hello, hi, thanks for joining my channel. It's me, Rhonda, with Eyes at Sea with Rhonda. So I had been on a fast, but at day 10, I will tell you, I did falter. I wasn't even hungry. It was just there. So I did have some soup. Um, and then I had some salad, pickle. Yeah, I did the thing. So for the whole like rest of the afternoon, I had food on day 10. I had I did. I did all the things. And yeah. So I had to do a quick reset. So I did restart yesterday. But I think I'm gonna just do like I'm not gonna do a straight 21 day. I think I'm just gonna do a couple of days and stop because um I want to stay more consistent throughout the year with my fast. And I think if I do every few days, then stop, then do every few days, that's more attainable for me, per se, for my lifestyle than a longer fast. Like, I do want to do a long fast, I think maybe like once a year, like a 20, 30, 40 day one. But I want to just incorporate like 3 days on, 3 days fast. 3 days eating, 3 days fast. So I'm going to eat again probably Saturday. So that's more doable for me because I can do that. Sometimes I'll get this like taste in my mouth where I just want to chew food. So I think that'll be more attainable. So to everybody that was waiting for me to have my big update, sorry guys. I did make the 40 days fast, 40 days, 40 nights, but past that. So I know I can do it. I want something more sustainable that I can do more often. But that is not really why I even made this video. I'm sorry. So I digress. I had uh, just a lot of things on my spirit with the fast. I've been subject to, and I've struggled with sin. My major sins have regarded lust. Okay. So that's been a major, area for me my whole life, honestly. It stemmed from stuff that happened in my childhood, stuff that happened in teenagers. I've been, kind of subject to some trauma, some abuse. So it just opens some doors. And when it opens those doors, you're more susceptible to lust and like sexual perverse kind of things like masturbation, porn, fornication, just lust. And we live in this world, like the world makes it seem like it's okay to live in this sex filled, like it's okay to just whatever fleshly urge you want. It's perfectly fine. Do what you want. It's not a big deal. You can still love God and then go off and commit all kinds of sin. He'll forgive you. But if you truly, truly, truly on my walk with Christ, when I go deeper in this walk, I'm getting to know God. Like I love him and I love our relationship. So when you really love somebody, you don't want to keep disrespecting them. And I feel like that's what I do when I return to like sin. Like if God healed me from something, because he did. He healed me. Like I was a slave to sin. I was a slave to lust. I always, because of the way I was hurt as a child and through my teenage years, I felt subjected. I was always kind of objectified. Like men saw me as and I saw myself and I thought that was okay. I thought it was okay to see myself as like an object. I thought it was okay to see myself as a lustful desire for men. I thought that was what I was supposed to want to do according to the world, how they showed me what was of value and what was important. And my sense of being valued was being desired or being wanted, not loved, mind you, because again, I didn't really even know love until God healed me and showed me how much he loved me. I knew the world's version of being wanted and and it was lust was all it was. It was just a spirit of lust. And it just completely absorbed my whole being for my whole life because I wanted to be wanted. I wanted to be, I was mistaking love for lust, because I didn't know the difference. I was never, um, my wires were crossed and it's happened from childhood. So, and I'm not excusing it. I'm just telling you that's where it came from. That's where I didn't have an understanding of actual true love, respecting your body, respecting yourself as a person. versus they just want you as an object for lust, which means nothing. It's empty. They don't value you. I couldn't see it because I didn't understand it because that's not how I was, what I went through. My mind incorporated something different. So I didn't have an understanding of value, worth, um, all that stuff. So I valued what I thought because I was a people pleaser. If you thought I was valuable because I looked a certain way, okay. And if that's what you want to personify the sex, because that's what the world says, and then the world says, hey, you can be sexy and be lustful and do all these sex things, and you can still live whatever you want to live because there's this grace stuff. So, um, I was feeling like okay, and I'll be quite honest though, for a long time, I just felt like because all this stuff happened to me, God couldn't use it. And that was a lie of the devil. The devil stayed in my ear. Like, God's not going to use somebody like you. You've been abused. You've been hurt. You've been traumatized as a kid and as a teenager. And look at you as an adult. You're used goods. Nobody's going to want you for real. This is as good as it's going to get for you. You should be happy you have enough to put your looks together and wear something skimpy, and maybe you can get somebody to just want you based off of the superficial stuff, and that should be your thing. And I listened to that lie. I internalized that lie because I thought that was my value. I thought that was what I had to give to society. My worth was just my body. That's my value. And it's so much deeper than that. You're so precious, and I had no idea. I listened to those lies for so many years, and I'm making this video because I want to speak out to other women that may be like me, younger girls that may be growing up in maybe a similar situation where they, just because things have happened to you doesn't mean you are not worthy of more, doesn't mean that you're limited to just accepting garbage because you're not. I don't care who told you you're not valuable, you're not worthy. I don't care what they did to you. I don't care where you come from, and I don't care what you've gone through. God says you're worth more. He told me I was worth more. He told me that I was loved. Maybe I went through some bad times. Just because you come from somewhere that's not great, you come from beginnings that might have been painful and that shouldn't have happened to you. But regardless of where you come from, you survived, you got through it. And just because that's where you were doesn't mean that's who you are. So I'm doing this because I want you to know that little girl in you, that teenager in you, who you are as a woman. You are loved, you are worthy. We can set, like, we are so precious in the eyes of God, and our bodies are our most precious commodity. This world makes it's a joke. It's a joke, and it's a lie from the devil. Your value is so much more than your body, your looks. You're so much more to offer. I know that we get caught up and consumed about beauty and the trends and trying to keep up, and who looks what we don't. That's not a value to God. That's not what means something. You mean so much to God. You're so much more than the your curves or your figure or your physique. You're so much more than that. You don't have to give it away. You don't have to. I don't care what happened to you. I don't care what was taken from you. God can restore. He can get it back. He can heal you, and you're worthy of standards. You're worthy of respect. You're worthy of being whole and being healed. And you don't have to succumb to these sinful, lust filled, flesh filled desires that you feel like you have no control over. Because for a while, I felt like I was a slave to my desires. Like I couldn't control it, and it felt miserable. It felt miserable because I wanted to be free. I did not want to be a slave. I did not want to feel like this is all I am. It's just tied to flesh, just tied to. No, no. You're worth so much more. And I'm so thankful and grateful that God sends prophets and messengers and the word of God. He forgives us. And when he forgives us for a sin, when he forgives us, you guys, he doesn't remember it anymore. So let that go, because the devil will always try to, no, this is who you are. No, this is who you are. But if God says, I don't remember it anymore and I'm forgiven, my transgressions are no longer remembered, it's gone. It's gone, and we can live free, and we can live clean. And we are going to be at war. This is a war. This is a war between flesh and the spirit. This is a war. So we are going to have to deny temptations. We have to try to resist and fight against it. And it's, the struggle's real, because everywhere you look, there's something that wants to tempt you to sin. Something, if you're weak for well-built men, they'll be everywhere. They'll pop out of everywhere. You won't see, like, you go to the gym and you normally see the old senior citizens, all of a sudden, as you're working through and being righteous and holy, all of a sudden it's nothing but hot guys walking around everywhere you turn. Everything's your type. The devil knows your type. So the struggle's real. Anytime you struggle with it, I don't care what sin it is, lust, alcohol, whatever it is, the devil knows how to devise a scheme for you. And you just have to press into God. You just have to pray and fast and ask God, and with your whole heart, because I'm telling you guys, I don't want to stay subject to the sin of fornication and the sin of lust. I want to get stronger and stay stronger. And I don't want to disappoint God. I don't want to fail God. He's done so much for me. I don't want to fail him. I don't want to have him just look at me and the angel's like, I pulled her out of so much and here she goes again. I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep going. And you don't have to. And I'm making this because I want you to know you're not alone. We are all struggling with something. I'm confessing my sins because I want to be free and clean. And there's no secret sin, so God sees it. He knows what I struggle with. So I just want it out there so that I can work through it and get better. And I want to move forward and be free. And I pray that for any one of you that's struggling in sins. Um, I pray that we can all maybe be a resource for each other, come together, encourage each other, be strong for each other, pray for each other. We need more of that. We need more prayer circle, more people coming together to encourage and inspire each other to live a righteous, holy life. No matter what, we can do this. And it's not, I know before people thought that it was just an impossible feat to live and really pursue being holy, like pursue it, not like, oh yeah, we'll say one way, then we'll go to church, then we'll do what we're going to do. No. God can see all that. He knows the state of our heart. He knows our minds. He knows where we're thinking. If God says to do it, I want to do it. Not just so much because I'm afraid of God, because I am. I'm afraid of God. I do not want to go to hell. But I love what he's done for me. Like, he's changed me so much. I don't want to disappoint him. Like, I want to follow him because I love him so much. I want him to, if you love somebody, you want to make them happy. You want to do things that make them happy. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to lie to them. You don't want to backstab them. You don't want to, no, I don't want to do that. If I see somebody and I just want to do that because he's been so good to me. So I was reading in the Word, the Confession and Forgiveness, Psalm 32. I just wanted to kind of go over that because it really did something for my spirit. It made me feel really good because I've been struggling in sins, trying to get stronger, to deal with these sins and this battle. This battle is no joke. So I just want to go over this one. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord impugneth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long. For day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. My moisture is turned into the drought of summer. I acknowledged my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. For this shall every one that is godly pray unto thee a time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. Be ye not as a horse or as a mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in, with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in the Lord, mercy shall compass him about. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, ye righteous, and shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart. And I thank God, thank you, Father. I'm so grateful to serve such a merciful and loving God. I'm so grateful for the instructions of the Word of God. I'm so grateful to have this time to even come and speak to you guys. And I hope that I hope this reaches somebody. I hope this encourages somebody. I hope it lets you know you're not alone. We can get through this. We do struggle. It's a war, but we're here to fight and we don't give up. And we might fall because we're not perfect. But don't beat yourself up. Turn to God. Even in your failure, even when you fall, turn to God. Don't don't think it's too late. Don't think you're not worth it. Don't think that this is it for you. Turn back to God with your full heart because he sees you and he knows your heart. And if you are truly struggling with a sin, confess that to God so he can heal you, so he can help you, so he can help you fight because he's our strength. He's our strength. He knows we're weak. He knows what we're made out of. We just have to be honest and let him know these are things that we deal with and we just want to improve. We want to get better for his glory. So I hope that this helps. I hope that this will encourage you to keep moving forward because we're in this fight. If we're breathing, that is God saying it ain't too late. It's never too late. If we're still here, he's got a plan for us and he hasn't given up on us. He's never given up on us. We're here, we're breathing. So that means we still got a shot at this thing. So we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I want you to keep going too. We'll keep going. We're going to keep going. God be the glory. And thank you guys for listening. If you have any comments, please below. And guys, have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye.